Hey guys, before we get started today, we wanted to take a minute to thank you, the listener, for tuning in and proving you have a growth mindset. Our mission is to curate information from the top influencers around the world. We provide you with real, actionable steps on how to improve in all areas of your life, whether you own a business, are a C-suite exec, have an entrepreneurial mindset, or you're just starting your journey of self-development. Professional development is all about growth, and if you're not growing, you're dying. If you enjoy this content, please help us help others by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Here we go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Professional Development Podcast. Today is Wednesday, September 22nd, and we are on episode 54, and we actually haven't done anything since before California.
That's it. Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
California was good though.
California was good. Let's talk about that for a minute. What happened? Brad, you did some racing?
Yeah, we so kind of unexpected, turned into a work trip sort of. Like week beforehand, a guy asked if I wanted to work on his car. And then the day we got there, he sent me a picture and it was like pretty much a bare frame. So I had to build the entire car in like 2 or 3 days. And then we went and raced we did the podcast with Bedros, which was cool. And then I went and raced that Saturday and it was a good deal. And looks like it's going to make me some money here in the near future of taking care of his stuff for the next season.
Yeah.
Boom. Angie looked fly as fuck.
Yeah. And he's a super cool dude. We should probably have him on the podcast. Like
he's a cool guy.
Yeah. And he does he's CFO of a big startup that's getting ready to go public. So
yeah, well obviously we want to have him on before he gets super fucking rich.
Yeah.
Because then he probably won't care.
He might not want to hang out with us.
We've decided that he's worthy, even though he's not the CEO of Dave.com.
That's going to be our end to get Jason.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So if Kyle, you're listening, it's a play.
Yeah. We're still using you.
Yeah.
Thanks. And pay Brad lots of money.
Yeah. But yeah, it was funny. So we all stayed in one hotel room together, all four of us.
A lot of dudes.
And Dan's not here today. Dan only stayed the first couple of nights. Kind of packed
That's like staying with 5 dudes.
Yeah, kind of packed in like sardines there. What happened? There's mystery underwear. Mystery
panties.
There was a thong that popped up in our hotel room, and we don't know whose it was.
Well, the gross part is we ended up figuring out, well, hey, it had to have been from someone that had stayed there before, because whenever we called to try and say, hey, why did you not clean up our room? And they said, well, we actually only do that every 5 days or in between stays. And we're like, oh, sweet. So all these hotel rooms are disgusting, and they're most likely someone else's panties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't.
Well, clearly they were someone else's panties. We hope.
Yeah.
Or somebody's got a weird kink in this room.
Yep.
Dan was asking all about that.
Yeah.
What's your kink?
It was, but it was a fun trip. The Bedros podcast, if you haven't listened to it yet, that was a fucking blast. And like the production of it all was cool. His whole camera crew, the audio people, like we got to meet everybody in pretty much in his corporate office, which was badass. Another high achiever saying that we're the greatest podcast in the world.
Yeah.
In the world.
That doesn't happen twice.
I mean, at what point in time are people just going to start? I mean, people are obviously listening. Shout out to Denmark.
That's right.
Yeah. But
and Zimbabwe right now, we're number 13.
Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Killing it.
Wait, where the fuck did that come from?
I didn't even know they had internet there.
When did you find this out?
I just saw it yesterday because I'm like, oh, Bedros, we had a lot of downloads, and Zimbabwe, we were like number 13.
Holy shit. Yeah. Well, people are starting to listen.
Didn't know that people in Zimbabwe had internet.
So, we got to see a lot, dude. It was nonstop in California. Brad was, at one point, was working on a car from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. Bobby and I went to a Dave concert Friday. We went to see Joe Rogan Saturday. I played in a doubles tournament Saturday day. We got to see Santa Monica Beach, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach. We got to do the whole eat some good seafood, see Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that with you guys, but yeah,
we did the whole fucking thing.
That was cool. Yeah, we drove through Hollywood at one point too, and we went to go see the Covey mural, which was dope.
That was, I forgot about. Yeah, that
was sick. Whenever we went into Hollywood, actually, we didn't even mention this, but whenever we pulled up to go down the main strip in Hollywood, which I don't even know what it's probably called, the Hollywood Boulevard or something like that, and there was that homeless person that was they looked like they were out of a horror film, and they had on like these skimpy shorts. We think it was a guy, and had like a thong over the shorts.
That's where the underwear came from.
And then he looked at his arm, and then Cresco goes, dude, look at his arm. And his arm was covered in a complete road rash, and it was just exposed flesh.
Gross.
And then Cresco said, hey, Bobby, it looks like your tattoo. And I was like, oh, go fuck yourself.
I tell you what, though, homeless people
Dude, it
in
was
California
terrifying.
is intense.
Yeah, so it definitely brings down the average, right? Like there's like really, really hot people out there, just in general, but the homeless brings it down to probably like the amount of just creatures out there.
Yes.
Brings
Absolute
it down to like they're
creatures.
probably right at Missouri.
I thought you were talking about like the monetary average, but you were actually just talking about how hot people were.
Yes. It does both, though.
It was a lot of, is Missouri 8 like an LA 4? Like we're trying to figure out what the conversion ratio
we
was.
were trying to figure out what's going on, but it was fun and it wasn't closed down, so we got to experience a lot of shit. The weather was fucking awesome. We'll probably be back, I would assume, at some point.
Somebody.
Yeah.
I have one other thing. For sure want to go back to LA, but while we were out there, we did see that on the Instagrams that Rich was kicking it with Juvenile. That looked
Back
pretty
that ass
dope.
up?
Yeah.
What was that
Really?
all
I
about?
didn't see
He
that.
came back last night. Yeah, I've worked with him quite a bit. Yeah, he's
That's
a cool guy.
awesome.
Yeah. Are you fans?
So, well, I know some of his music for sure.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering what his connection was to St. Louis and how you got looped in with him.
He's got some businesses here. He's been coming through Shock City for a while, but basically whenever he's in town, this is where he comes. Yeah.
Sweet.
That's
So
He's-
he
he's
was recording?
Yeah, he does like features here a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Like artists will pay him just to do a verse. It's pretty
No shit.
Yeah.
Right on.
I mean,
And
back
quite
that
a bit too.
So back that ass up it was easily. Do you guys remember?
I thought you were going to say that's like your song. Like,
It's a fucking fantastic song. But do you guys remember?
Would that be your walk-up
the
song?
box? Do you guys remember the box?
no.
So back there was a TV channel when we were kids where you could go on, and it was one of those channels that like late night I think turned into like fuzzy porn. But you could
Spice.
call in and request a song like by dialing something, right? And that was like I used to do it all the time, and I'd say like Back That Ass Up was like top 3 right there with like Country Grammar
Yeah.
and the Blue song. I'm Blue.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
a dabba dee dabba
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so big Juvenile fan over here. Juvenile guy
That's awesome.
for sure. So Bedros was cool, and actually we're gonna get some guests because of him. And one of them is gonna be Craig Ballantyne that we have on. We've got a couple other in the hopper, but one of these guys reached out to us. I guess it wasn't because of Bedros. It was because of Frisella, but he reached out. He's got something where on the side he does stand-up comedy. So Brad, tell us what's going on with his stand-up comedy and how you're involved.
Yes, so we had a guy reach out to us today saying that he's doing a comedy show at Keuilian Comedy Club here in St. Louis sometime in November, I think like November 23rd. And obviously I still have a debt to pay for an open mic night at a comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
Or, just an open mic night where like normally there'd be like fucking like 5 or 6 people, you know? But he said, oh yeah, me and the other guy who are doing the show think this is a fucking great idea. How about you come up for 3 minutes and talk? There's going to be 300 people there.
Yeah.
So
Fuck yeah.
the only thing I'm worried about is obviously like if I go up first, they're going to have a big bar set by me because like I'm going to come out spitting fucking fire. Like the more people up there, like it almost fires me up a little bit more,
I'm so pumped.
Yeah. So it's going to be good.
And
And he talks about,
so you
he
don't-
said he makes jokes about like guys and like sex. And I'm
Yeah.
Well, he kept on talking
talk about
I
sex.
kept on seeing his messages come through saying that he's like, can I come on the podcast and talk about how I'm going to get more guys to be able to sleep with their wives? Because 8 out of 10 guys that are married are frustrated sexually because they're not
not
getting
me.
it.
Clearly not Dan.
Well, I mean, you guys are the 2 out. You guys are the 2 out of 10 that have no problems.
Apparently,
They're-
yeah.
the other 8
Where's
are the
the
ones
other
that are
8?
fucking it
Yeah.
up.
So speaking of Dan, I wish he was here today, but Dan, I was thinking about this the other day and like how we could get him on board of 75 hard, and that's exactly it. So Dan fucks for
He
45
fucks.
minutes at a time.
yeah, that's what he says.
One of the workouts needs to be 45 minutes. We strap a vest onto Dan.
a
every
weighted
time-
vest.
A weighted vest every time he bangs, and I
Fucking
would
dude.
count that as a workout.
But
He's
he's
gonna
got to
have a
have
hard
one
time.
outside.
you have to be on top the whole time.
He could go outside.
Where would he bang outside?
I'm not saying both workouts are fucking.
That'd be a lot of cardio.
The other one could
for
be
him.
a walk or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So I really wish he was here to talk about that, but I just wanted to know if he thought he could fuck for 45 minutes with a vest
And I don't
on.
know. I'm going to say it because he's not here, but I mean, there's video proof where he has asked his wife on the sly with his phone on the ground, "Hey, babe, so like, how long do I last for?" And she confirmed, like, the dude fucking pumps iron for fucking 45 minutes to an hour.
Dan fuck. I mean, he's got 10 kids.
Yeah. Dude, 45 minutes is fucking forever.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Like a minute 30, I'm like, feels like 45.
Yeah. So we'll have to talk to Dan about that because he's got his club championship this weekend for his country club that he's playing in, and after that, he says he's getting back into working out. So we'll see if we can talk him in. I've got one little side story, and it's kind of funny. This past Sunday, I was at a gas station. I was waiting in line, and there was like 2 lines there. And so a guy in front of me that was already up there, like on the left line, this older guy, you could tell he probably went to church because he was like dressed to the nines suit, but like super old, and was like getting like a Coke and some type of candy bar, right? And he's trying to pull his wallet out of his back pocket. And you could tell he's like, his hands are weaker. He doesn't have like the mobility. And so he's sitting there for a good while, like continuing to try to do it, and just kind of like, and I can see it like wedged out of his. And so I'm like, okay, good
Gotta
Samaritan.
help.
I'm like, I got to just hop in, right? Like, so I hop in and I'm like, "Hey, sir," I'm like, "I got you." He's like, "Appreciate it." And so I'm like digging in and I'm trying to like pull it out. It's like, I'm having trouble getting it out. And so I've got to do this thing because it's wedged and won't move, where I've got to push it back in. And so my hand is like fully in this dude's back pocket. Like, I'm talking all the way to the wrist. This pocket's so fucking deep. And then I'm trying to pull it out and I can't get it out. And there's people around and there's people getting fucking frustrated because they're just trying to get their shit and go. And I'm like wrist deep in this guy's ass in front of everybody. I can also tell the old dude's kind of getting frustrated because he's like, "Hey, you said you were gonna fucking help me,"
and now you're just fingering my ass.
And so
He wasn't ready for a prostate exam.
And so like literally at one point I couldn't see any piece of my hand in this guy's pocket. and so finally I got it out. But the moral of the story is, don't fucking do nice things for people.
Did you get it out though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hold it up like you like had just finished like an amazing like gymnast move, like perfect 10? Like
No, I just handed it to him so he could give it to the cashier.
I would have gave up and
nothing
just bought it for him.
And it was a huge fucking wallet. Like, and he
George
like made a joke.
Costanza.
He's like, "It's not because there's a lot of money in there." And I was like, "Well, what the fuck do you have in your wallet?"
Every
Receipts.
receipt for the last 15 years.
Yes, that's got to be it. So again, as much as you think old people or anybody needs help, don't fucking do it. Don't. It's embarrassing.
we have an update from Dan.
Oh, look at that.
I asked him if he thought that he could fuck for 45 minutes with a vest on, and he says yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And he also just texted all of us, "We are number 17 in Zimbabwe."
So we went backwards? I thought we were 13.
we were close.
We're in the teens.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We're top 20.
Internet must have stopped working for a sec.
Yeah, there was a glitch. That's dope. That pumps me up, guys. We're fucking moving up the charts. So, yeah, well, that's all I had. Oh, but we got to talk about like the most important thing, which was last week.
Yeah, we had a big week last week. So that's the reason there wasn't a podcast. We held our first in-person event, which was basically a mastermind session. It was more like kind of get to know everybody, kind of outline some goals, but we were expecting 6 people plus the 4 of us, and I think we ended up having like 12 people show up plus the 4 of us. It was so much that we didn't have enough chairs in the room, which kind of caught us off guard. But it was awesome. I mean, we had a pretty diverse group of people that have owned businesses for 30 years, people who are just trying to be the best employee they can be, people who want to start a business. I mean, it was a good mix, and it was just a bunch of bros. But it was cool.
Yeah, no females. Which next one we're gonna set out that date. I think it's gonna be the 27th of October. But anybody's welcome to come, and I think we're probably gonna outgrow our current venue. But to go back to Brad's point, like it was really cool. We had zero structure ready for it besides like introductions and why people were there. Everybody basically knew Brad, but everybody knew the podcast in general, and just the fact that like everybody was looking to grow. Everybody was looking to get better. Everybody wanted to be around like-minded people who wanted to grow in some way, shape, or form. And it was really cool. Now, without the structure, like people were talking stories, people were talking problems, right? And so now we're looking to really nail down some type of structure, and we're thinking what's going to happen is we're going to have about half the time where a couple people are going to talk on a certain topic and how to get better in that area of business or life. And then the other half is probably going to be some type of open forum. But I'm not kidding. Like, I'm pretty critical on things that we or I do. And it's like that, like everybody that came out of that, like had glowing reviews and was just like, this is fucking cool. Please keep doing this. Let's make it better. Let's keep it rolling.
And that's what I thought was cool because like obviously as the event was going on, you're like, what does everybody think about this? Like, you know, we think it's cool because it's like kind of our baby in a sense.
Yeah.
But like the amount of people that reached out to me the next day or several days later that was like, hey man, I really enjoyed that. Here's some things I think we can improve on. Or like, hey, do you care if I bring, you know, this person with me next time? And it's like, that was like, okay, well, we definitely delivered something that like, and like that shit's out there everywhere. But I think a lot of places where there's events like a mastermind session like that is people are trying to sell. Like, oh, what can I get from Bobby or what can I get from Matt that's going to make me money? And I think like we made it very clear, like this is like a no sales area. Like if something happens where, oh, you're in need for something and you want to reach out, that's fine. But like, we're not there to sell. And I thought everybody embraced that and really was like focusing on how they could become better.
Yes.
So.
And you could tell that people were there to learn, but they were equally there to help people learn.
For sure.
Like Bobby met a guy that's like got this huge, what seems like insurance business, and they exchanged numbers. And this guy was ready to just chop it up with Bobby and shoot the shit and told him how he built his empire.
Yeah,
right?
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I mean, we got people in all over the place, all different industries. So it was awesome. We're going to probably do a little bit more promoting. I don't even say promoting. Like we'll just be a little bit more vocal about what it is that we're doing for our next one. So keep us posted. Hit us on Instagram if you're interested in coming to one of these events.
And we have a date, right? We're going to go ahead and lock in that October 20th.
Yeah,
is what we had talked. I think
so.
everyone said that they were good for that. So to be determined on location because we're probably going to have more people, and we will have invites sent out to that. But October 20th, sometime around a 7 is probably what we're looking at.
That works.
But yeah, it should be great. There's shared docs out there for people to access with everyone's contact information. And like you said too, man, like no one was there to try and be like, hey, I want to try and earn your business or anything like that. And so many of those formalized networking groups, that's where they fucking get it wrong.
For sure.
And they make a ton of money off it, but it's such a fat time commitment rather than just, you can have one-off. Now you can build relationships with people.
Yeah.
That's how you make sales.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
Relationships. It's not, hey, I just met you. I want to talk to you about getting Aflac set up for your people.
Yeah.
I want to mow your lawn, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
and it was free.
Great.
Completely free.
It was free.
It was just an investment of your time.
Dan bought emos.
Yeah. I mean, he ate like half of it.
That emos was delicious. I tried to hold off for so long on that, and I had a salad, and then we were there till like 9, and I was like, fuck it, I'm mashing
That
some
motherfucker
pizza.
got up like the entire time, like, more pizza, more
Yeah.
pizza.
Hey, Rich, do you want to come to our next event?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that off air. Yeah, I might.
He counts as my recruit.
Okay. I think I'm good.
So for this whole,
Hold on. No.
Yeah, you want to come, Rich?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay.
what the fuck?
And then when you introduce yourselves, you have to be like, I know Brad, because that's what like half the people do.
Dude, I just wanted one person. Oh no, actually there was
You
2
had
people
one?
there.
Yeah.
Oh, 3.
Nahome, right?
Nahome.
Bryson.
Nahome buys homes.
Yep.
Yep.
And then Taz was technically
and Tez came with Nahome. And
Bryson was yours too, right?
Bryson came. Bryson was pumped.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
dad was actually super like,
Interested in his story.
That was a good one.
Yeah. So it's cool. I was so, I don't want to say skittish, but like I was just so like, man, we didn't really put much work into this. We didn't promote it. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
We're going to meet and we'll see what happens. Pleasantly surprised with the turnout for that. And I'm super fucking like pumped about what it could be down the road.
Oh, yeah. As far as us making money off it, that's probably like the biggest potential we have.
Yeah,
had
if
so
anybody's
far.
listening and was there, like we're trying to make all the fucking money we can off you.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
in the long run.
Yeah. At the end of the
Get
day,
fucked.
we're going to sell out. We will.
We will sell our fucking souls to make money. So
30
keep showing up.
minutes of advertisements to start the show.
It's all organic. It's all positive.
That's
and
it.
woo-woo. But just know, if somebody puts $1 in front of us, we're fucking see you
it.
the fuck later.
I love it.
That's it.
No. Real talk. It's going to be fun. So come out to the next
Can't
one.
say that. It's already like trademarked by somebody.
What is?
Real talk.
Real talk is trademarked?
Isn't that by Forcella? Real AF?
No,
who
real
cares?
talk.
Real
Real talk is just a popular
Okay,
term that
sorry,
kids are saying.
Powerless
Oh,
is
that's like a new
yours.
thing.
Every quote is Dan Griner's.
Okay, that works.
What? Every quote is Dan? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dan had every
It's
idea.
an OG DG.
We were talking about this earlier. Dan and I were talking about our business, and he was referencing this book. And I was like, man, that makes so much sense. And Brad and I were talking about the book, and Brad's like, Dan didn't even fucking read the book. He just heard the title and like read the summary of it. And he was just like, no, I fully understand this book.
He's like, I totally got this. Yeah.
Oh, fun stuff. So we don't really have like a full-blown topic today. We wanted to keep this kind of short, but going off of the success that we had with the mastermind, we wanted to talk about building your circle. So we've done a podcast on auditing your circle, and now it's like, okay, how do I develop a circle that creates success in any given area of life? I guess we can start off with quotes. Brad, do you have any quotes?
I have a quote. It's not really related to the topic per se, but it is when you cease to dream, you cease to live by Malcolm Forbes.
Bobby's Googling quotes right now.
I got some that'll have in a second.
So a little side note. So since we came back from California, I think it was California. Maybe it was just this weekend. I started doing. I'm carrying like a journal with me, a notebook. So every day, I write down a quote that has to do with like success or entrepreneurship or something.
What did you write in your diary today?
That was my quote for today.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so Bobby needs a quote. He can just go back for last week. But then I do a power list, which is Andy Frisella's fucking deal. And that's made huge gains as far as business has gone, as well as like personal stuff. Because it's a little bit different when you're not doing like 75 hard. You're not like committed to like certain critical tasks. Like I can make my own fucking bullshit. And that's kind of what I've been doing. It's been helping a lot. And then also I've been writing down an affirmation every single day. So
yeah,
that's my fun stuff.
I'm a big fan, and I hope and I really believe that a lot of these I'm going to keep with me once I finish phase 1, because honestly, I wasn't that pissed when I failed phase 1.
Yeah,
like I was not that pissed off about it. I was pissed at myself, but I was like, it's 13 more days of this, and I'm fucking rolling on shit. So I love structure. Like I found out I fucking crave structure. If I don't have structure, that's when I go off the rails with shit, with the diet, with the fucking, not doing the business shit. But yeah, getting back to the power list is always a big help.
It's crazy. It's like, as stupid as it is, it's almost just a to-do list.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm fucking doing these 5 things. Like yesterday, there was something I really didn't want to fucking do, but I did it. And today I was like, fuck, I'm so glad I did that yesterday. Because it was just off my plate. It was done.
Bobby, what was that TikTok that you shared with Jocko when he was talking about not wanting to do?
Yeah, he's talking about like when I don't feel like doing something, I do it anyways. And he goes through all these different scenarios, and it's just like, it's do the hard shit. That's what it comes down to, and figure out what the hard shit is that you have to do each day. So yeah, the power list is something that honestly I need to start incorporating, because like hearing your wins on that, and Matt, like clearly a ton of, your personal success, and then even a lot of the stuff coming up with the podcast is due to like your one reach out that you have every single day. Like we have literally Bedros' mentor coming on here, the guy that basically built Bedros. That's a big fucking deal.
Him. Yeah. It's and it all comes back to like what the power list is. It's understanding priorities, like what's most important, the one thing, right? Mm-hmm. But it's building discipline, right? And that's what, like, that fucking video of and I would love you to share that on the professional page, that video of Jocko when he's like, I don't want to do this, I do it. I don't want to do this, I do it. He's like, I don't want to do this, I fucking do it.
Yeah.
And it's like in his voice, which is so fucking powerful. And then he just talks about like, he's like, and some days I'm just going through the motions, right? Because I'm not feeling it. He's like, but I'm doing it. And then it gets into like why and shit like that. But it's It's a good video.
Well, it makes you think of the 75 hard stuff as well. A lot of times, like I know Dan would always say, like, if I'm not intentional with it, like I don't want to count it. And it's like, dude, I mean, if you're going for that walk, if you're doing that workout, and now if you're sitting on a bench the whole time and not doing anything, but if you do what you said you were going to do, whether it was perfect or not, like you're getting it done. You're building that habit.
Yeah, for sure. So I have a quote, and Bobby, I gave you shit, but I literally just Googled it. But this,
so you were Googling quotes too.
This quote's pretty fucking awesome. And the place to begin building any relationship is inside ourselves, inside our circle of influence, or our own character. And that's Stephen Covey. So the place to begin building any relationship is inside ourselves. So when you look to that circle of influence, right? Like when you want to build people or, build your circle of people that are going to help get you to that next level, it's like you first have to start getting to that next level. You first have to have a mentality switch that says, I'm going to be at that person before anybody's going to come around you, right?
Yeah.
Because it can't ever be just a one-way street unless you have a mentor or you're paying for a coach. But if it's going to be like legitimate group of peers, friends, podcast, whatever, it's like there's got to be value that you're bringing from within to everybody else.
Yeah, I agree. And you have to be in the right place yourself to like soak that knowledge in as well.
Yep, absolutely.
No doubt. Do you want to hear my quote that I just Googled?
I do.
Okay. So what I got is if you're not losing friends, then you're not growing up. And I think that's one thing that's been really...
Dan would love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I love hearing Dan talk shit. It's my favorite. Hearing you guys talk about going to your high school reunion cracks my shit up. It's just about to be like, fuck you. But that's one thing that definitely, and there's a lot of people that maybe not so much losing friends, but definitely have lost touch with.
Yeah.
Especially over the past almost year and 3 months now for me, and getting sober, right? There's been a lot of people that I just don't associate with anymore. Or if I do, it's not nearly at the same level that I did. And it makes me realize, all right, my friendship with them was based off of a different thing, which is fine. But it goes the same way, whether it's, moving the way that you, I guess, are doing things on a daily basis in terms of like drinking and stuff like that. Or if you're trying to be more business focused, you don't have time to go out all the time or to go to the movies or like whatever the fuck it might be. So you should lose friends. If you are, then you definitely are getting better.
Yeah. And like, I know Dan always talks about this, like, oh, I don't have time for these people anymore because they bring me down. And I've actually, I used to totally agree with that thought process, but I also think as far as your circle of influence goes, I guess is what we're talking about. I think it's still like, it's really good to have those group of people that you can go and like, you can spend a day with or a night with and kind of fuck off. Like, I think you have to have that break mentally. Like, I look at these people like Andy Frisella, Aaron Wagner. Like, you see these people who are super successful. They obviously have a shitload of fucking money, but like, are you really enjoying it? Like, Andy Frisella is like, I don't have fucking friends because like, I don't have time for it. It's like, the fuck do you do?
But he also has friends. Like, I think that's kind of bullshit.
I know. So it's like, why are you like, and then if that is the case, why the fuck are you selling it like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like, then it makes people think like, oh, I'm going to be this hermit and just work my fucking ass off and like not enjoy it. Like, because I think about that all the time. Like, you still have to have time to enjoy what you're doing, or why are you doing it?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Unless you're like just that obsessed and like that's the only fun, that's the only like entertainment that you get.
And like, don't you want to go flex in front of your shithead friends too?
Right. Yeah. So,
right?
Well, so you bring up a good point, and I was actually going to talk about this, like having multiple circles, right? Because you can have a circle for every part of your life that you want to build on. Because I still got my college buddies that I fucking love, and I love going out, having drinks with them. Or just kicking it, right? Or we'll go on Ozark trips or whatever it is. And it's like, I fucking love those dudes. Like, we have a blast, and we fuck off, but we also talk about like what we're doing in our careers, and it's fun. But I don't talk to them about like in depth about these books that I'm reading, about these podcasts that I'm listening to. And that doesn't make them bad. That's just like, they've got shit, like they're golfing all the time and really good at golf or whatever it is. And that's something that I don't do. So it's something that we don't relate on, right? Yeah. So it's not good, bad, or indifferent. And then it's like, I've got a set of friends that I play volleyball with. And some of them intermingle, right? Some of them mix and match. But like, there's some people, it's like, I only see it volleyball, but we're friends when we do that, right? Because we play, we train, we do whatever. So it's like, I think it's important to have multiple circles and not just say like, well, okay, these people aren't doing this in business, then just fuck right off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be a little bit unfair to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I think it's just, and it's also a douchebag move. Like, I think I agree 100%. Like, you have friends. Not everybody has to be just 100% focused on growing an empire in a business and having a jet.
Yeah,
and
you know
that AF still gets blasted.
Yeah, and it just doesn't take away from what you're doing. Like spending a day with somebody once a month is not going to hinder me from getting to where I want to be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's about overall happiness and contentment, right?
Yeah.
And if it makes you happy, catching up with those people. So that's one thing I did want to ask Bedros, because he gave in his book, he gave a quote from Tony Soprano, and it said, "Remember when is the lowest form of communication, or lowest form of like what?" So something along the lines of like people that are always like, remember when, like remember back when.
Varsity football.
He said it's like the lowest form of thought process or something like that you can have, like communicate to a person, which I didn't all agree with, because there's a lot of times that like I love reminiscing on times, but I know what he's saying, because he followed it up with like the people that were the fucking like star athlete in high school, right? Or maybe even played a little bit of college ball or whatever. It's like it's those people that those were the best times in their life.
Yeah.
When it gets to that point, 100% I can agree with that. But every time I get to catch up with someone, I love reminiscing about just dumb shit that we did or something that happened back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the journey. You got to appreciate that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah. So with that, how would you guys, we're already talking about circles, right? So how would you guys go about creating a new circle, right? Like you're like, hey, I've got my circle that's this, but I'm trying to be an entrepreneur, right? Like, how do I get myself a circle of people that want to be entrepreneurs?
So, I mean, I think the first thing you do is you look for people who are those people already, people you look up to, people who aspire. I mean, obviously, you're going to have your really big people, like your Andy Frisellas, that you're like, oh, it'd be cool to fucking have him in my circle, but that's not going to happen. So you start looking at people who maybe it's a coffee shop that you go to. This guy owns it. You reach out, oh, hey, how'd you start your business? And then I look a lot at like just this mastermind that we did. I mean, I felt like just in that night, I mean, there was a lot of people there who knew me, but they're people that I hadn't talked to in fucking years. Another guy that was there, the Robert Brake, like I kind of consider him like a mentor to a sense, and that was the first time I ever met him. So it's like it's wild to think that like it's so easy to get into these circles if you just put just a tiny bit of effort into where you want to go. It's no different than like, you want to be a better volleyball player. If I wanted to play volleyball, I'd be like, hey, Matt, where do I go to play volleyball?
Yeah.
And you'd tell me where to go, and I'd fucking go play volleyball.
Exactly. Starting to put your mind towards it, but it's like, this is going to sound like a very easy answer, but put it on fucking social media.
Oh,
like
for sure.
Anything, and this is whether you're wanting to do a business or whether you're wanting to get a circle, whether you want to get a circle of business-minded people or volleyball or golf or fucking, insert hobby here. Put it on social media, put it on your story, put it on LinkedIn, say, hey, I'm thinking about starting a group of people that are going to talk about X, Y, and Z. Would anybody be interested? I guarantee out of the amount of friends you have, the connection requests you have, you're going to get one or two people that are going to be somewhat interested, and then form a meetup. Like go grab coffee, go grab a beer, talk about it, and let it formulate. Because that's what happened to us. And then we ended up starting the book club.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Bob, what do you got?
No, I was just going to say, as far as the circles thing go, I mean, I was really fortunate to, I can't even remember like what we were talking about whenever like I stopped drinking, and I was thinking of just like how I got ingrained here, because I was asked to go to the book club, and at that time I can't remember what excuse I had then, but I probably had one. And
there was a lot of people that had excuses. It's okay.
For sure. And I can't remember why, but you were like, hey, come to Next Core, and that's where you guys were at the time. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll stop by. And then we ended up I mean, I think you just asked me to come on one of the episodes of the pod, and we talked about whatever the fuck it was, and just kind of got like lumped into it, which I feel very fortunate as far as the timing goes, because I was going through some big like changes in my life, and I actually ended up, I did put a post out on social media saying, and it was after I was 7 weeks into stopping drinking and doing all the fun drugs that I was doing, saying like, hey, I'm done doing this kind of stuff, and it actually brought some people to me. One of the guys that I know, he just celebrated a year sober back on September 1st. And another one of the gals that I know is going to be celebrating a year sober on November 1st. So it's cool to kind of create those little types of circles. And I mean, I was fortunate for you to just be like, hey, Bobby, come check this out. And then I got lumped into it, and it's changed my life. A lot of people are just a lot of times one text message or phone call away from making a completely different, making a decision that's going to change their life for forever. So you have to reach out to people and not be scared. Most people want to help, but people don't know how they can help. So if you ask them for it, they're most likely going to say, hey, I got you.
Yeah, and
Dude,
I think it's amazing. Like you said, most people want to help. I think literally the crankiest motherfucker in the world, if you ask them like, hey man, like, could you help me with something that they're good at? They're gonna be like, yeah. Cause like, dude, people fucking love that. People love for you to ask them to help them. Like, so just ask.
They do, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, especially when you're good, like when you're good at something, and you, I agree 100%. But Bobby, to your point, you didn't even like ask people necessarily to reach out to you. It's just like you just put yourself out there, period. And it's like, this is what's going on with me. Like good, bad, ugly. The good is I'm changing. Like the bad and the ugly is the person that I was, right? And that's what I'm trying to get out. And like, it was insane how many people it seemed like that I just heard from you that reached out, right? Like, and all of a sudden you created this circle of people that are like, not even people that were just like, oh, I'd want to, I want to give up drinking forever, but just people that are like, I want to tone it down a little bit, right? Like, I want to drink less, or I'm going to go X amount without drinking. So yeah, I mean, just putting yourself out there for in any area will start to create a circle, but you have to start communicating. You got to start figuring out what the fuck you want, and then what kind of circle that you want, and then just put the shit out there. Put it on social. That's what all I can think of really. Put it on social media and just see who the fuck responds.
For sure.
Dude, that's such an easy way for accountability. Then the people who will reach out, are probably like some of your real fucking people.
Yeah, for sure.
And talk to someone. I mean, you got to find a support system. So no matter what it is that you're doing, it doesn't have to be drinking, right? It could be, all right, I want to start a business and I'm going to do this by this date. Who wants to like hold me accountable to this different kind of shit? So, So that's it.
I would say about a circle is like something you're saying is, to me, a circle is only as good as like the accountability aspect of it. It shouldn't be like a woo-woo, like, yeah, you're great. No, like it should be like, no, this what you fucked up on this week, dude. Like, let's own your shit. Let's fucking make it better. Because that's the same thing with like a mentor. Like, I feel like if a mentor is telling you you're doing everything right, like fucking run, right? Because that guy's not helping you at all.
Right.
So.
Right. So what else we got? How many circles do you guys have?
My gosh. I mean, I feel like I got this is one of our circles, right? And then, I mean, I definitely have one within Aflac, and I have one within my family too. And then, I mean, there's definitely a volleyball one. I mean, I'm soft as butter right now with my injuries that I have going on, but I'll be back there. I have a volleyball circle too. So I don't know. I think you could probably get to a point where you have too many, but I'm probably right around like 4 groups of people that I really spend a lot of time with.
Yeah,
that's about the same for me. I got 4. I would say podcast guys, business related stuff, racing, and then family. Those would be like my 4 go-to. I mean, I guess friends would be a 5th.
Yeah.
But
sometimes those friends are in different pods too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, kind of interesting how it all. How about you? What do you got?
Yeah, and sorry, I've been going through my phone. So it was June 3rd when you replied to a story, and they were like, "Man,
you found it.
I gotta tune in sometime." Yeah, and then
That was 20 days before I took my last drink.
Yeah, and then and then you were like, "I gotta tune in sometime," and then you asked if it was at Next Core, and I was like, yeah. And you were like, is Jim Shelby still there? And then we talked about he's kind of a douche canoe.
He actually completed 75 hard.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's gotten jacked since
Is that the
then.
guy that used to own that place?
he used to run it.
Oh.
He didn't own it. But it was kind of funny because they started a group and they called it Extreme Ownership.
Oh.
And they didn't give like any credit to
They
like
didn't know Jocko.
a
already
book.
used it?
Yeah, they didn't have like, we didn't know Jocko Willing put out a book called Extreme Ownership just a year prior to this that's blown up. This is just what we live by.
Good idea.
Yeah, great idea. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, in my circle, yes, I would say, I've got my core friend group that I went to college with. I got a couple buddies that I still kick it with from high school. I've got this podcast. I've got like volleyball people.
Your ladies.
I wouldn't say that's a circle.
The app circle.
The app circle?
Yeah.
I would not consider that. And actually I'm off the apps. 20 days fucking clean, 21 days, coming up on 22.
That's one I can't get behind.
Oh yeah. Well, what 8 more days. Maybe I'll just never do them again.
So with, I'm just curious on this, and maybe this is off topic, but have you been, because I know during 75 hard, obviously that's a longer amount of time than phase 1 being 30 days. And I know you went out and like did some stuff like where you'd go drink club sodas or whatever you would drink at these bars. Have like during phase 1, have you gone out and done anything like that? Or is it mostly, are you pretty strict on like, here's my day to day?
So I have not, like I've made plans to go out with friends and then like completely bailed because I was just like, dude, I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning and I was tired. Like I woke up 5 o'clock and I felt like such a fucking old man, but I was like, yeah, I'm not going to meet you because I'm going to have to, God, I'm so old. Like,
gotta get the newspaper.
I gotta fucking, I had just finished the second workout. I gotta get the rest of my meals in, right?
Yeah.
Like the only thing I did was I went to Theo Vaughn with a couple buddies and then got asked to go out after that. And I was just like, no. Like it was already 9 o'clock and I was just like, I'm not gonna do it.
It's already 9 o'clock. I love it.
Yeah, dude.
What a guy.
He's living my life now.
I sound like such a fucking old fuck phase 1. I quit today.
Yeah.
But you probably feel fucking awesome.
I feel amazing. I've hit a stride and good days and bad days, ups and downs. But like I hit a stride. I'm enjoying phase 1 a million times more than 75 hard.
And
plus it's
only
not
like
75 days.
What's that?
It's only 30 days, right?
Yeah, it's only 30 days, which is like obviously a good thing. But the habits that move my business forward and my finances forward, like the progress I can see in just doing that for 21 days, game changer. And I need to talk to, what's the insurance guy's name?
Aaron
Gruber.
Aaron. Yeah. He did 75 hard twice. I'm like, dude, you're fucking business minded. You listen to our podcast. Like, why the fuck would you not do phase 1?
Yeah.
Like phase 1 is so much better than 75 hard or doing that twice. But I think he's like, I guess more.
Those cold showers would fucking kill me. My dick would suck up inside of me.
I like cold showers. I've done them before. And right now, like we're just turning to fall. Like the other 3 weeks of this.
Maybe not in Zimbabwe though. Might be like turning to summer there.
Yeah, it could be. But when it's hot outside, I do an outdoor workout or I do a sauna workout. A cold shower feels amazing.
Yeah. I get that.
What's the temperature in Zimbabwe right now?
Probably like the middle of the night there.
It's 57 degrees in
Also.
Zimbabwe. It also might be the middle of the night.
Yeah, it probably is.
Zimbabwe sounds nice.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
Sounds like a blood diamond deal.
I think we'll end on that
Sounds like
note.
opportunity.
So big thing here, like you said, this was more of a shoot the shit and catching up on stuff. But what we learned from starting the mastermind group is circles are very important. We knew that, but now it's like you need to be intentional about creating those circles.
And people love us.
People fucking love us.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it was really cool to hear people on there talk about things that they heard on the podcast.
On our podcast.
Yeah, they were like, whenever you guys talk to Frisella, whenever you, like, Break had already listened to the Bedros episode.
Yeah,
and he
it
was
really
referencing
came out
it.
that morning or
It was-
afternoon almost.
Yeah, it was
It was
the day
on the way
before.
there.
Or
Yeah.
did you drop it on Wednesday? Or was it
It
Tuesday?
was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, day of, man. Like, I mean, that's some really cool, impactful
Yeah.
shit. And if we can get that reach in St. Louis, just imagine what that's going to look like. I mean, hopefully city by city,
we'll
Zimbabwe
probably have a
by
conference
Zimbabwe.
in Vegas next year.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Tickets go on sale in 9 months. So pre-order them now by Venmoing me $500.
I
That's
have
They're
the
gonna go up to
VIP
1,000.
package.
They're going to go up to 1,000.
Rich, can we get Juvenile to like do an intro for us or
Oh,
something like
you
that?
should
'Cause
ask
that
him.
would be sick. How
Rich,
much does a verse cost?
More than we can afford.
Yeah, I don't know if I
probably.
should say. I'll tell you off air.
Okay, sounds good. But we can't afford it, is what you're trying to say.
I
If
don't
you
know.
have to, if you
I
have
mean,
to ask,
he could
it's
be
too
a
much.
professional.
He actually, you'd be surprised. He's like definitely a businessman. I mean, he's got.
We
his
should have
hand
him
in
on.
a
We
lot
have
of
a-
stuff.
You
we
need
have
to maybe figure out. Let us know next time he's here, and maybe we can steal him for like 5
And
minutes.
Rich,
I'll
you
ask
and
you.
he can do a mini-sode for us or something.
Rich, you need to get Woodley on so we can ask him why the
Yeah.
fuck he got his ass beat.
No, I'm
Fuck.
not. See, if you're gonna do that, I'm not.
I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't fucking ask them.
You
What,
can
Jake?
ask.
What,
I don't wanna
Paul
die.
beat him up?
No, he didn't.
No.
I'm just talking shit. man.
Hey, will you cut that so we have a chance to get Woodley on at some point?
Yeah, yeah.
Or don't cut it, and then we'll play it and just sit him right next to Brad.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
sounds
And I'll be like,
I'll send him that. Yeah.
Let's go.
So we're running over, but that's it. We'll be back next week with another topic, and then we'll have more information on the mastermind group for October. If you have any questions, reach out to us via Instagram, because that's really the only thing we fucking check, or Facebook. Otherwise, we'll see you next week.
see ya.
See ya.
Deuces.